everyone, to another episode of Innovation Alley. We're your hosts. I'm TowelManPurple.
I'm Bjorn.
And what we're going to do today is go over our own takes on some Sapphire Steel decks. But before we do that, if you haven't done so already, go ahead and smash that subscribe button right down below to stay up to date on all the new content.
Yeah, 2 videos a week is the goal.
2 of them. All right. So I'll start us off with Sapphire Steel locations, something a little bit different, and we'll do a quick scroll through, let you see what it looks like before I go into the cards.
That's a lot of locations, man. If you guys are not new to the channel, if you've been here a little bit, you probably know TowelManPurple. He's crazy for his location.
I may like locations here and there, all right? A little bit, but yeah, let's dive on in.
Sure.
We have 4 happy.
Yeah.
1 drop, 2/1. It gains evasive on your turn, right? 4 mini. It's a 1 cost 0/3, but while it's at a location, it gets +2 strength.
So, with so many locations, she's essentially a 2/3 that costs a 1.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
That's pretty good.
Or you can even look at it as like a 2/3 that costs 2 if you count the moving cost.
Yeah, fair enough.
You will also have the 1 cost Robin Hood, 2/2. Your goon of the deck. Then we have 4 Calhouns.
Oh, yes.
We know that this card has been an absolute house. 2 cost uninkable, 3 strength, 2 willpower, resist 1, and during your turn, whenever this character banishes another in a challenge, you gain 2 lore.
Yeah,
so
for sure, a very important card.
Very. Now, to coincide with that, and we saw Robin Hood before, we'll jump over just to show that we have the Shift Robin Hood as well. That does the exact same thing when banishing a character in a challenge. The only difference is this one costs 5. He's a 3/6 quest for 2. Or you can shift him for 3.
Yeah.
So just a ton of advantage.
You essentially have 8 Calhouns is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. We love it.
Yeah.
So to stack up with Happy, we have 4 Doc.
Oh, yes.
It's been a staple in a lot of the low to the ground decks.
Sure.
Diggy hole. That, these decks are running this card because it just allows you to regain some card advantage. 2 cost uninkable, 1/3. When you play this character, you may discard your hand and draw 2 cards. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
Now, of course, we have Happy, we have Doc, and we're playing locations. It's because we have 4 7 Dwarf Mine.
Of course.
Okay, we are an actionless deck, but we have to have a way to be able to deal some damage. All right, put up.
I'm so glad this card exists. I'm so glad they printed this. It makes me so happy every time I see it.
I think that he is being a little facetious here, but we'll see. Now, we have 4 Mr. Smee, 2 cost 3/3, quest for 2, overstated. Sign me up. We love this guy. Now, if we don't happen to have a captain in play and it takes a damage, that's okay, because we have some cards down the line that are also beneficial with that. We also play the 3 cost Alice. So 1/4, uninkable, quest for 2 with ward. And whenever this character quests, another chosen character of yours gets +1 lore pip. So they quest for an additional 1, and they also gain ward. So helps push pace just a little bit and protect some things. We also play 4 John Silver. 3 cost, inkable 3/3. A quest for 1, +1 for each additional location, as well as resist +1 for each additional location. So for each one, you get 1. Card's insane. When you run 20 of them, it kind of matters. Just a little bit. Then the last character we have to showcase in the deck will be 4 Baymax.
Oh, yeah. Baymax.
5 cost. It's a 2/6, a quest for 2. But when you play this character and when you quest with this character, you may remove up to 2 damage from another chosen character of yours and then you gain 1 lore for each damage removed this way.
So Goat gives you 1 lore when you play it. Baymax gives you 2 lore when you play it.
Potentially, yes. Baymax can be, let's see, like a Baloo essentially. It's just an extra 2 lore.
But actually every turn.
Right.
He just repeats it.
Yes, he's able to keep going as long as he's able to quest.
Yep.
Now, the remainder of the locations that we have not gone over, we have 4 Bayou, 1 cost, 3 willpower. Whenever a character quests while here, you may draw and discard a card. So you get to loot, filter through your deck, improve the card quality of your hand. Feels good. Then we have Mont Nui. All right, now this is a 5 willpower location. It costs 2, but whenever a character is banished while here, you may put that card into your inkwell and exert it. So it's pseudo ramp while also being a location.
Yeah.
Then we have 4 Nottingham, 6 willpower, lures for 1. So we're able to get that just plain Jane, vanilla. And then 4 McDuck Manor, 4 cost,
of course,
9 willpower, lures for 2. So it's really tough to deal with, and I think it's really good to polish off the top end between that and Baymax. And there you have 60 cards for Sapphire Steel locations.
Yeah, like very aggressive approach.
As aggressive as we can get for these colors, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I had a different take on that.
All right. So let you take us for a ride on your Sapphire Steel.
Yeah. So mine is also low to the ground. I don't have locations here. It's very character focused. Just a couple actions.
Okay.
Right. So we have King Candy and we have Robin Hood on 1 because they can shift simply.
Yep, both goons.
We have, just 2 2s. We have Captain Hook because he can challenge for 3, which is, very nice to have. It's 1 more than the others.
Yeah, super relevant.
Yep. And then on 2, we have Cogsworth.
Ooh.
I anticipated Lyle into this meta, so Huffaloops and all whatever the card is called. That gives people reckless.
Yeah.
Yeah. It didn't appear, but I still think it's worth having for the shift.
Fair enough.
Then I got Calhoun, of course. I mean, you're crazy if you don't have Calhoun in your steel deck,
Yeah.
At least if you're if you care about having lore, then she is the card for you, right?
Yeah. It's true.
Then of course Doc, just like you. I mean, can't be without Doc. He's the best draw engine there ever was.
He's pretty good.
For Smee, again, just what are you doing if you don't have Smee in your steel deck?
He's just overstated. You gotta have him.
He's too good. He's too good. And then I have a spicy card. Tadashi Hamada.
Okay.
During an opponent's turn, when this character is banished, you may put the top card of your deck into your inkwell face down. Then put this card into your inkwell face down. So, let me be clear here. When he gets banished, even if he doesn't ever get the quest, let's say you play him on 3 and the opponent takes him out with a baboon, you still gain 2 ink, and that's insane. So you go from having 3 ink to having 6 ink if you ink on your turn 2.
Yeah.
That's double. That's double your ink. I'm just want to clarify that. And if they don't room, it's like, I don't want to give them 2 ink. Well, guess what? He quests for 2. You could just quest for 2 every single turn, and they're gonna regret not taking him out.
Yeah, I agree. Card's good.
So I think he's very good, especially in a deck like this where you're low to the ground, but you have some 5 costs here, and you usually don't want to ink past 3. So you ink until you have 3, and then you just spam small stuff, and then as soon as you get a Tadashi Hamada, you can suddenly get up to 5 ink. is the plan. Then also a Pete for the last small character. I just think he's way too good. There's so many actions everywhere all the time.
Yeah,
You
he's
play him
a
down,
great
and they
one.
can't play Be Prepared. They can't play whatever steal things they have planned, so you can definitely just win the game from playing one Pete.
Right.
If they can't deal with your board any other way than with actions. And then just like you, I of course have the Baymax.
Ooh.
Again, you play him down and you can get up to 2 lore, and then next turn you gain 4 lore because he quests for 2, and then he also uses the ability again and gain up to 2 lore. So, he might be removed. I mean, it's a 2/6, so a brawl or a Medusa takes him out, but he still gives 2 lore though. He still gives 2 lore when he's played down, and that can't really be countered unless your board is empty. So
Right.
it's very good.
I agree.
We also got Cogsworth, the big one. He has ward, so he cannot be taken out by Brawl or Medusa or any steel card either, actually. He can't be taken out by basically anything. Big Sisu, I guess.
Big Sisu B prep, that's about
Yeah,
it.
or if he quests and then he is challenged, sure. But yeah, he quests for 2, which is nice. And also your other characters gain resist +1. And this is especially super good to pair up with Calhoun, who gets resist 2, because he already has a 1. So now your Calhoun is just invincible.
Right.
You also have Shift King Candy, of course. That's why you play the small one. When you play this character, you may draw 2 cards and put a card from your hand on the bottom of your deck. So basically, you get to draw 2 cards, and then if there's probably a card in your hand that you don't want, maybe one uninkable too much, just put it away.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Got a couple beasts in here. Just as an additional draw engine, he's 3/5. It does get taken out by some stuff, but in some matchups, if he's unanswered, he can do a lot for you. That's why I have 2 of him in case we get away with it.
Yeah, I mean, he's very powerful standalone.
Yeah, of course. But easy to remove, so, just a 2 off. And then, of course, 4 big Robin Hoods.
Yeah.
Because the shift. You shift him, and then he's Calhoun, but, a 3/6 instead of a 3/2.
So you also have 8 Calhouns.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think, I wasn't teasing when I said it. I said it out of respect. Like, yeah, 8 Calhouns is the way to go, right?
Yes, sir.
And then, I don't have Sundwar's Mind, so instead I have 4 Fire the Cannons and 2 Smash. So I can deal some damage.
Yeah, I respect it. You need something.
Yeah, I don't have any songs because I'm never going to be singing anything. I'm going to be questing. I don't have time for that. So I just went with the normal action.
That makes sense. So you're just more lower to the ground, and the actual metaphor of turning cards sideways.
Yeah, we sure do love
The
turning
epitome
cards
of it,
sideways.
Yeah.
Absolutely. As long as those docks keep coming, we can just keep throwing out cards on the board, right?
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's awesome. So,
Yeah.
2 separate takes on Sapphire Steel right here. Although they may be fairly similar, but they are still different at the same.
Yeah, I would say it's 50-50, right? Half the cards same, half the cards not, something like that. So, same idea, different takes, you could say.
Yeah, exactly. That's awesome. So that will wrap it up for this episode of Innovation Alley. As always, if you haven't liked this channel, please make sure you do so. Comment on the video, subscribe even, get everything that you need and want out of these videos because we do it for you guys. Leave a comment, tell us what you like, what you didn't like, give us something to improve on or maybe something to add to it, or even with the next video idea.
Yeah, we read all the comments. We respond to them too.
Every single one of them. We are very happy to have you. Thank you so much for your time. Hopefully this was helpful. And until the next one, have a great one.